Hello. This is Sarah, your sole host of the Veglighten ME podcast. Welcome to our very first episode. This is episode 1 of this podcast series. And today I will be, once again, like I said, your sole host, and forever and always, that will be me, Sarah. Today we're going to go over questions that we have received from listeners. We gathered these questions regarding the topic of a vegetarian lifestyle, and it seems to be that many people are very interested in this topic, and that some may be a bit confused as to why people would give up meat and why people would like to eat more of the plant-based lifestyle and just basically everything that comes with it. So let's jump right into it. So I will actually first start off with my own personal story as to why I am a vegetarian and I do not eat meat. It's been going on about 3 years now, just over 3 years. I ran into some health issues that I wasn't quite sure about. My stomach wasn't acting the right way after I ate certain foods. I didn't know why. I always felt groggy. I always felt maybe a bit sleepy and tired after eating certain meals. And I began to notice that those meals mostly contain meat. This seemed to be a common occurrence. So I did some research and I talked to my doctor and I tried giving up meat, and here I am now, 3 years later, and I feel great, and I would never go back, honestly. And I would love to educate others on this topic because I feel so passionate about this topic and how it can increase and benefit anybody's lifestyle in many ways. So let's jump right into our first question. Our first question is from Peyton in Baltimore, Maryland. She asked, "Where do you get your protein from?" So, this is a really common question, actually. Where do vegetarians get their protein from? Most people believe that protein comes from animals, comes from meat. That is basically the common misconception, that you need to eat a lot of meat to get your protein in, but that is not true at all. For example, look at the biggest mammal, the biggest and strongest mammal on the planet, which is the gorilla. All they eat is vegetables, plants, no meat at all, berries, nuts, things like that. And they are also the strongest animal. So, to answer your question, Peyton, we get our meat from a lot of beans, nuts, even certain plants have protein in them. And we just need to keep track of that and make sure we do eat those things and we do incorporate those things that do contain protein in them in our diet so we aren't missing that important nutrients. Okay, our next question is from David over in Texas. He asks, "Where do you get your vitamin B12 from?" That is a great question, David, because actually, interesting enough, the reason why humans get B12 vitamin is from meat, from animals that eat grass and eat dirt, because B12 vitamin comes from dirt and soil and just becomes included into the meat that we eat, because the animals that you're eating eats those types of minerals, basically is passed on through the meat. So it is very important for vegetarians to get this vitamin. So most of the time we have to supplement this with a supplement, and that's fine. Or go ahead and eat dirt, but I would not suggest that. So that is one thing that is very important for vegetarians, is to eat or digest their vitamin B12 pills, so they do get that important nutrients, because that does give you a boost of energy and kind of keeps you going. Okay, our next question comes from Kristen out in California. She says, "Do you miss meat?" Well, Kristen, in the beginning, it is tough and you do miss those meals. You do miss the idea of a good, juicy burger, or maybe the convenience of going out to get chicken wings with your friends. But after a while, and once you become educated on where the meat is from and how it actually makes your body feel when you remove meat and that from your diet, you really don't miss it so much. So I would say yes, in the beginning, I did tend to miss the meat.